Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great always and always. Get your pooper scooper because TD is talking shit. So President Donald Trump has created the Board of Peace. Arguably the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's right up there with the Secretary of War. It's Department of War. It is so fucking stupid. You know, every morning I wake up and I say, you know what? It can't get any dumber. It can't get any more stupid. And then I am proven wrong. The Board of Peace. Like it's the fucking board of directors, right? Like we're on an episode of Apprentice. And in many ways, we are on an episode of Apprentice every single fucking day of our lives. That is right. You cannot escape the stupid. I want peace in the Middle East just as much as everybody else. Full stop, end of. Am I going to see it in my lifetime? I do not think so. I don't. And I know this is all about President Donald Trump winning the Nobel Peace Prize. I understand all that. This Board of Peace, I think Tony Blair's involved in it somehow. I got a grand idea for you all. Okay? How about we assemble the Board of Americans Can Afford Groceries? How about we assemble the Board of Americans Can Afford Childcare? How about we assemble the Board of Everyone in America Can Afford Health Care? How about we assemble the Board of Everyone Can Afford Housing in America? There are a litany of boards in America that need to be established. This Board of Peace, that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of. Like I said, it's right up there with Department of War, and there are many other things. I'm just giving you that as an example. But we live in a land of stupid. The overwhelming 70, 80, 90 million Americans are clinically stupid. They don't know how to eat ice cream. Can't close the door. But they love the Board of Peace. And again, how about there's a board of I can afford to send my child to school? How about there's a board of we're going to put internet in underprivileged communities? How about we create the board of I can afford food? How about we create the board of there's no more inflation? How about we create the board of every American can afford their prescriptions? And I can keep going and going and going. But as I've told you a long time ago, America and American companies, President Donald Trump and his administration, do not give a flying fuck if Americans live or fucking die, if they can afford food, if they can afford insurance, if they can afford health care, housing, child care. It does not matter. They do not give a fuck. No fucks given. Nada. They don't care if you live or fucking die. But they're going to give you the Department of War and the Board of Peace. It's like every single morning, 70, 80, 90 million Americans wake up and drink stupid juice for breakfast. Honestly, the Board of Peace. Who comes up with this dumb shit, right? And again, there's no one better at feeding their base better than President Donald Trump. But you let me know, MAGA Nation, when the Board of Americans Can Afford Food is created.